Got it.
A lot of times the best bands to work with are ones that I don't have a personal connection to. Like a month ago we did a music video for Blink-182 that was a rather large budget in the world of music videos right now and had a lot of pressure behind it. When I was growing up I listened to Blink-182. I'm sure just like any other kid who grew up during the 90s, and I really had to kind of remove myself from that and look at it more as just a trying to create something for almost like a brand new band. For like a brief second when I'm shaking their hand, I'm like, oh wow, that's so weird. And then I have to kind of go back into professional mode.
Everything looks so cool. I can't believe that they really trash this neighborhood so much.
I can't believe it's not butter.
And that night, we were shooting on a really big set that's supposed to look like a neighborhood. Right next door to us, separated by like a chain link fence, like less than like 50 yards away, Kanye West and Jay-Z were shooting their music video with Spike Jonze, who like in the world of directing is like, every director idolizes Spike Jonze. I was just like, this is probably like the most high pressure situation I'll be in for the rest of this year, and I guess I just kind of have to like laugh about it.
You were walking as a waitress in a cocktail bar when I met you.
Well, you know, I kind of came into filmmaking by accident. I started off as a graphic designer. I started designing merchandise for some local bands, and then that turned into designing merchandise for some bigger bands. I knew that I wanted to do something with film, but I didn't know how. Directing seemed like something that other people do somewhere else. I had no idea how to actually get there. But I did know that I needed to get to Los Angeles, so I got a job at a record label. From there, I basically talked my way into doing a whole bunch of other music videos for different bands that I met along the way. Not the greatest quality, I was kind of like learning as I went, but after about 2 years, I was finally able to sign a deal with a production company, and within a year or so, I was finally able to direct videos full time. You know, one of the funny things I think about being a director right now is that you get immediate feedback in a major way. I think directors 10 or 15 years ago never ever would have released a video and gotten as much feedback as we get now. I've gone back and forth on this. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not gonna look at comments on YouTube. Other times I just scroll through them for forever, because I really think that right now, digital media has an opportunity to like create conversations and engage communities and things like that. And you know, it's funny, I feel like it's shifted our industry. We're making different types of music videos now than we would have 10 years ago, because we're doing it for an audience that appreciates them in different ways. I don't know, I guess it's one of the mysteries of, well, don't say that, that sounds weird. You know, every job I do is some sort of balancing act between two things. Trying to do what I like and what gets me excited about art, and then also making sure that, you know, it's a video and it's being paid by a corporation and they have demands, and that's how it's always going to be as long as you're directing as a job. The video that I just finished up a couple weeks ago was a claymation video for this band called Cage the Elephant, which I had never done before. They really gave me the opportunity to come up with like a really crazy idea and to have the freedom to execute it the way that I wanted to. That was like an instance where we were able to do something where when I look at that final video, I feel like it represents more of what I wanted it to. And it doesn't feel as much like a commercial, maybe it feels a little bit more like a short film. It's funny because I still think there's like a common thread in my music videos and in my commercials and things like that, where you can tell that it's my work. But I like that feeling of being able to kind of surprise people with something that's completely different every time. Anything you can do to stay curious and stay creative is not only just gonna like make your work better, but I think it just makes you happier as a person. I think that a lot of times people get discouraged when 1 or 2 years into what they're doing, they're not seeing enough of enough of a forward movement. You hit sort of a wall at a certain point and you have to just kind of keep going. I don't feel like I've made it, at least not to where I want to be. I hope that I'll have the opportunity to always be inspired and that I'll always be wanting to create new things.